Oops. I mean, we could just stomp around Skyward Sword like it was a normal video. I mean, who would complain? Ha 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 ha. It's right now. It's 9:30 p.m. on Saturday, November 13th. For today's announcement, today we have a visitor at the campsite. Go meet our guests in person and find out more about them. Then I'll get back to supporting you and your enjoyment of the island. Alright, so that should all be good. Oh, we can put away the Brella. I know we're going to have a bunch of gyroids today as well, so that'll be fun. A mini car. Whatever this is. Possibly real painting. I don't honestly know. Yeah. So yeah, it's today. I have no... today's plans are just to relax. Extra Life was today. November 13th, 2021. Oh yeah, we have Shooting Stars to pick up. And yeah, as you know, I'm a big supporter of Extra Life, have been for many years now. And so I sat down and watched the full Praise Beyond Helix. I watched the full 12 hours. Technically, it's still going right now. They're doing DJ Junk. But the main show wrapped up, and I was like, yeah, I'm good with that. Plus, I still do want to preferably get into the game before the shop closes, you know? Yeah, see. Because, yeah, we got fruit today. But yeah, today was Extra Life, and we'll probably go into detail in a little bit. But yeah, I had a good time today. It was fun. I missed a few things because I had to, even though I was like, oh, I want to just watch Extra Life today. No, I had to get up and do a few things, so I missed a little bit. The end of Werewolves, the beginning of Team Ice Dynamite, Power Hour and like a half, which is basically just Achievement Hunter Part 2. I don't know, and then I missed a little bit of Funhouse and stuff, but we'll talk about it when we get to it. Oh, hey, someone lost ID. Hey, Coco, did you lose your dealie? You dropped something? It's gonna be Lucky's. Oh, it is yours. Cool, I'll take. Oh yeah, thanks. Good. We got it back to you on your first try. What's a steampunk hat look like? Okay, I didn't mean to place item. Okay, that's exactly what I wanted it to look like. Fantastic. But yeah, so it's been a good long Extra Life, even though again normally Extra Life goes for a full 24 hours, and I've done a few of those. Yeah. even though, I don't know, there's something about the 12-hour Extra Life that I actually do like. It feels tighter in a way. Like, it feels, because they only have 12 hours, it feels like they're making a tighter show. Of course, things always go wrong, but you know, they're trying to make a tighter show. They've got less time, which means they've got to make what time they fill matter more. And and it's not a full 24 hours as well. Like, we can still come on here, we can do Animal Crossing. I could go play Skyward Sword or whatever the heck. Because that's all I've been doing the past few days is just Skyward Sword. And even though I really want to play Pikmin 3, like, yeah, no, I gotta play Pikmin 3 at some point, but that happens when it happens. After I beat Skyward Sword. Which, maybe we'll talk about, maybe we won't. Maybe I'll push that off another day. Yeah, I don't have any plans today. We're probably not... We might go visit the Happy Home Paradise, but as of this moment, I don't plan on it. Because, you know, we've got... Because, you know, today's just a relaxing stream. It's been a long Extra Life. Let's just relax and talks about it. I'm fine doing that. Because I was looking it up, like, because we did a post-Extra Life stream last year. Or, you know, Animal Crossing. I was looking up. That was day 240. That's how long we were into the series. We were over halfway when Extra Life happened last year. And now here we are, just day 10. Because I was seeing what I called it. And last year it was called hashtag RT Extra Life. And this year it's hashtag RT Extra Life 2021. And I retroactively changed that one to hashtag RT Extra Life 2020. So yeah. Because that's something I'm inevitably going to do. Is repeat a title. Like, we did over 300 and... I think if you look at the playlist of every Animal Crossing, it's like... Is it like 380 something? I think it might be 380. For, like, every Animal Crossing. So, like, the chance of me, like, repeating a title is very likely. Very likely. And I'm gonna try to avoid it for now. Like, yesterday's title... Because I only titled the streams after they're up on YouTube. But yesterday's title was... What was it called? Forged in Shooting Stars. And I was like, this has to have been a title I used at some point. This sounds like something I would have used. Or I had, like, a similar title. And I was like, this sounds like something I would have used. I hadn't, but it sounded like something I would have. Because, again, I've done a lot of these. And we're going to be doing a lot more in the future. I know I wanted to turn the cafe into something else. And because, like, I see, like, the bookshelf's missing, some of the signs are missing. And I was like, I know I wanted to make the cafe into something else. But I don't remember. And I don't think I ever wrote it down. So I have no idea what I wanted to turn the cafe into. A bakery, maybe? Was that it? That sounds right in my head. Maybe I wanted to turn it into a bakery. Ooh. Also, I'm surprised I didn't drink today, like, at all. I should have. Between the time Extra Life ended, they closed the show, and now, which was like 15 minutes, I should have gone and made myself a drink. I'm assuming my tangerines are still good. I don't know. I've been using them for what, like 2 weeks now. My tangerine juice, so I'm assuming it's still good. I don't know. Tangerines should be in season any day now. Probably not tonight, because tonight we're just kind of doing nothing. But if you come back another day, you can come over, and I'd love to come see your island. No, tonight we're just relaxing, chatting about Extra Life. We're gonna go to KK Sliders Island, or Captain's Island, because, you know, we can only do that once a day. And so I feel more pressured into doing that than I do anything else, but other than that, today's just gonna be just a nothing day, basically. Maybe we'll move some stuff around. I don't know. I do, and I'm still trying to think. Do I want to go to the Happy Home Paradise? Because that would be like, because if we're just, I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Did we really only find a single fossil? Look at all this crap we have. And we only found a single fossil in all of this. That's not good. That is not good. Well, let's go look for some fossils. I probably have to put some stuff away on the island first. Oh, and then I gotta think, am I doing turnips tomorrow? Because it's been a while since we've done turnips. Can we get rid of this? Yeah, okay, we already know that. Let's go throw some stuff in the box. Yeah, let's go throw some stuff in the box. And then we'll pick up the fossils in the woods and whatnot. Not these boxes, this box. Actually, let's open this car as well. Okay, now let's put stuff away. The mushrooms definitely. I could put the gyroids away, but I also want to see what they look like. So I guess not yet with the gyroids. What was it? Yeah, so turnips tomorrow. I don't know. We have a bunch of space at the moment. So if I wanted to get turnips, we have more than enough space to do it. So I could get away with getting turnips. It's just, can I wake up early enough? Because, you know, I sleep in on weekends. Because that's the day. Those are the days I can sleep in. I don't know. I've got turnips with like 10 minutes before, so I mean nothing's impossible because I did it at like I booted the game up at 11:50 and we bought turnips. But we have so much money that I think nowadays I buy turnips in the millions. Like I put 1,000,000 bells into a single stack of turnips because we have more than enough money to do that with. So I'd have to at least get 1,000,000 bells worth of turnips. And maybe that's significant enough to make a change in my bank account. It has been. I mean, we got... Again, at one point we hit the... right after the series ended, it was like a week or two, we hit the fabled 69, 69, 69, 69. I might have forgot a 16. There might have been one more 69 in there. I don't remember. Oh, who the heck are you? Paula. I have legitimately never heard of you before. Paula. So we got 4 fossils. That's good. I guess let's go give them over to... I feel like there should be one more gyroid. I thought like the day it rained, we got 4. But I guess not. I guess we only got 3 that day. Unless I stumble across something, because you never know. But yeah, let's go get our coffee and go get our fossils checked. And then we'll sell everything real quick, and then we'll go see Captain. Because, yeah, Captain's a top priority. Maybe we'll find an island with the new foodstuffs on it. We won't, but maybe we will. We also got to figure out when the shops cycle, because I'm still experimenting with that. I'm expecting them to cycle either Sunday or Monday. I don't know when they will, but I hope they cycle Monday or Sunday or Monday. Of course, we're keeping, what's-his-face cycled by constantly buying red, by buying fake paintings. And that's kind of working. I mean, we were able to get a real painting eventually out of it. Doesn't help that we're missing like 15. Again, I haven't counted in forever, so that number may be a little off. I know we're mostly missing statues. That's the thing. I think out of everything we're missing, it's like 8 of them are statues, and the remaining like 5 are paintings. Well, except for I know we're missing both the slides, because I can never get the other one. And I'm also pretty sure they cycle whenever they leave the island. No, actually that may not be true. Count on Brewster to create the perfect blend. Thanks, Brewster. We'll have to mess around with bringing an amiibo in. Maybe Monday. Maybe on Monday we'll finally bring an amiibo in. I know I've already said who we're bringing in. Okay, I haven't directly said it, but it should be fairly obvious. It's the same one we use every time. Alright, let's go sell some of this stuff. So I talked yesterday how I got the booster shot for the vaccine. And I know that happened at the very end. Like I got the booster shot, or I got the original time I got the vaccine. Happened like with I want to say it was like 10 days left in the stream. It might have even been less than that. But I think it was around like 10 days. So at the time, right, I didn't, after getting the vaccine, my arm felt a little sore, but after like a day or two I was fine. I don't think I got like sick or anything. I know people who have had worse reactions to it. I have not met a single person who regrets getting the vaccine. I do not know of a single person who regrets getting the vaccine. I know of thousands of people who regret not getting the vaccine. r/Herman Cain Awards. Like, my God. Of course, I had to stop reading Herman Cain Awards, not because it was too depressing. No, it's very depressing, but not because it was too depressing, but just because it's so repetitive. Because these sheep just say the same things over and over again. They post the same memes. They ask for the same prayer warriors. Actually, I want to go back in there real quick. I want to buy that dresser. That dresser they had on the top there. We're going to buy that. But yeah, it's just like, okay, I've seen... Like, you get to a point where you've seen, like, enough Herman Cain Awards. You've seen it all. And yeah, it's true. Because they're all such sheep that they just say the same... They merit... Not... regurgitate. Let's go with regurgitate. The same points. Over and over again. And then they die from COVID. And it's like, okay. They ask for prayer warriors. Hey, Zane. How you doing? Alright, let's put some stuff in the house and go check out Captain's Islands. Maybe he'll have something good for us today. Maybe. Maybe he will. Okay, let's see what these are. Okay, I think this is like our third Twangoid. Oh, you're a pupper. Oh, aren't you just the cutest little pupper? And a Stelloid. Oh, you're interesting. Oh yeah, I forget I can do that. Oh, hey, no, I'm just relaxing tonight. We're just kind of walking around the island. I don't really have any. I'm just relaxing tonight, but another day, I'm 100% down. You know, I'm exhausted. It's been a long day. Ugh. Can I? Of course you can't redecorate your room. Hey Sid, how you doing? Ooh woo, I was just in the area and I thought I stopped by. Oof, it was good to be. It was gonna be a Squid Game event. I actually watched I watched 2 Squid Game events today. Freaking, they did Squid Game, Mario Party, and then they just did straight up Squid Game. Oh, trust me, I don't need the bells. I have over 80 million. And I don't even use those. Can't believe I'm stuck with this twig. Or whatever the heck it was. We'll see. Yeah, if you're ever doing it again, stop by. Maybe I'll be down the next time. You never know. You never knows. And good luck with your Squid's game. Doing it tomorrow. Yeah, thanks. Oh. Actually, I have very complicated feelings on Squid Game. I don't think I ever talked about it on stream. Oops, I didn't mean to tell him to stick around. Oops. Yeah, I have specifically, I don't like that Mr. Beast is doing a Squid Game. Like, I get why he's doing it. Because, you know, he did the real-life Battle Royale. I don't think he did a real-life Among Us, but I know he did the real-life Battle Royale. So, of course, the logical thing is like, oh, the Battle Royale thing was popular. So why not do a Squid Game next? But, like, the whole point of Squid Game is that capitalism is bad. So Mr. Beast doing it is just proving that... He's basically proving Squid Game right. It's kind of like how Facebook keeps wanting to make a metaverse when the whole point of the metaverse is that we live in the apocalypse and everything else has gone to shit. So we have to resort to virtual reality to live better lives. Like, you don't want that. And yet that's all fucking Facebook can talk about, is making a metaverse. A bunny? Oh, okay. For some reason I think something cute, but I know it's not cute. I know the bunny nose is not cute. You want a drink, Sid? You want some of these? They're not olives, but I don't remember what the heck they are. Oh gosh, what the heck were... They weren't olives. They weren't jujubes. They were... I don't know, I've always just called them olives. Is he just reading a KK Slider magazine? Oh my god, Sid. But yeah, so I have very complicated... Because I feel like a lot of people miss that about Squid Game, that, like, the whole point is that capitalism is bad and trying to recreate Squid Game in real life is, like, counterintuitive. It's kind of like, you know, like, it's a more subtle purge. Like, the whole point of The Purge is that The Purge is bad, but The Purge is not subtle about it, so that way, like, everyone gets it. Except for, like, Republicans, because Republicans are so fucking stupid that they actually think The Purge is cool. Who was it who said that? Don't quote me on this, but I know some Republicans said that, you know, The Purge isn't a terrible idea. I pray it wasn't Donald Trump. I don't think it was Donald Trump. I think it was like a Ted Cruz or a Greg Abbott or a whoever the fuck the governor of Florida is, Ron DeSantis. I think it was like one of them, but I don't remember. That one guy who was a pedophile who kept sleeping with like 17-year-old girls, who was also from Florida, allegedly, Matt Gaetz. And they were going to try to run him for president. Probably not 2024, but like 2028. Yeah, they were going to try to run Matt Gaetz for president. And then he did a lot of pedophilia. Yeah, never forget, never forgive. Yeah, Squid Game is bad, and like recreating it probably isn't a good idea. I don't know. I saw like a tweet about that like him showed off that he had like the full sets completed and whatnot. Come on, Sid. Just if I just walk out, will you leave? Okay, good. I mean, villagers coming over is neat. I wonder. I've never checked to see if they explore other rooms. Admittedly, I should probably do that at some point. Gosh dang it. I knew that was going to happen. I knew I was going to place the rug wrong. We have all these melon sodas now. That's cool. Don't know what we're going to do with them, but we have them. I don't know. I probably should have talked about Squid Game at some point, and I just never did. Same thing with Dune. I probably should have talked about Dune at some point, but that moment's long and past. And that's What If. Like, Falcon and Winter Soldier premieres in like 2 weeks, and I never even got out like a single What If video, and I have all 10 recorded. If I was smart, I'd go and edit one of those right now after this. Of course, no, if I was smart, I would have done that back when it premiered. But nope, little old me took my sweet ass time. And instead, none of them came out. That's for later. We'll have fun with that then. Oh, hey, we got potatoes! Fuck yeah, I'll take a new fruit, vegetable, whatever. Potatoes, potatoes, give me some potatoes. Oh god, I was singing a little stupid song to my dog earlier today, and it was really dumb, but it was kind of cute, and I was like, I should have recorded it. And then, of course, immediately after I did it, I forgot it. Because I, like, thought, like, oh, I should record this. That'd be cute. And then I didn't, and, like, now I've forgotten all my stupid lyrics, and I'm like, ah, of course. Of course I did. It was dumb but cute. I know you've seen my dogs on stream before. Bug Snacks. I think all they were in the Bug Snacks and way back in the day, Splatoon. We should actually just start grabbing these now. Splatoon, yeah, the Splatoon 2 Octo expansion. Yeah. God, I can't believe we're getting Bug Snacks DLC. I can't believe we're getting a new FNAF game in a few weeks. Oh, I thought there was one over here. I still never replayed the FNAF games. I started watching, I think I mentioned this. I started watching Markiplier play some of them. But I never actually, like, sat down and replayed any of them myself. And then, you know, the Halloween season ended, and I was like, oh, I no longer care. I don't know, I was curious. I saw they did one night at Flumpties 3, and I was like, oh, that's neat. A third Flumpties? Because I remember the second one. The second one was really well done. So I was like, oh, a third one? That's going to be fun. I don't know if I ever actually played the first one. I probably saw someone, but I don't think I ever played the second Flumpties. Or the first Flumpties. I know I played, and I think I beat the second one. I think I beat it hard-boiled. I don't remember. It's been so long. And then everyone was talking about that puppet game. I don't know. There was like some game about like a puppet, Evil Arlo, basically. And like I remember seeing, oh, I saw some like thumbnail on it or something, and I was like, oh, this is the next big horror indie game. Just like randomly scrolling through like the recommended on YouTube, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be the next big horror indie game. And then next thing I know, oh, here's Markiplier playing it. Here's Game Theory doing a video on it. Of course, the Markiplier video might have come first for all I know, but I know I saw that when while I was watching the FNAF ones of his. Again, it's because I don't like horror. I really don't like horror games. Like there's this one that came out. Oh God, what is it called? It's called Minestrone Soup. Cool, I'll take it. It's called is it Inscription? I think it's called Inscription. Is the horror game. And I saw I remember because it showed up at a Nintendo Indie Direct. I think that was the first time I saw it. And I was like, this isn't, it's kind of like Slay the Spire or whatever. This is whatever for me. But then I listened to people talk about it, and I'm like, oh my God, this sounds amazing. But it's a horror game, so I'm probably not going to play it. But there's a mechanic in that game where I'm just like, what? That's a thing? Because it's made by the same person who did Pony Island. And it's like, oh, that's because I did play Pony Island. And I don't remember Pony Island being that scary, personally. I think I even Let's Played it back in the day. I don't know, I might have. But I know I played it regardless. And I don't remember Pony Island being that scary. But Inscription seems... I don't know, they make it sound like way more scary. And like, it's the best game that developer's ever done, supposedly. But it's just like some of the things I've heard about it, which I guess, spoiler alert, kind of. When you lose, so you're playing as like a person in a cabin, playing like a card game against like some like shadowy figure or whatever, moving along like a map. And like, again, it kind of, from the footage I've seen, it reminds me of like Slay the Spire or something. But I guess there's a thing where when you lose a run and die, you don't just die. Instead, the person you are playing as becomes a card that you can then use in future runs. So like you get like trapped inside a card, think Yu-Gi-Oh stuff, like the grandpa in Yu-Gi-Oh. Oh, the shop's already closed. Okay, I wasn't even paying attention to the time. Oh wow, okay. But yeah, you become like a card like Yu-Gi-Oh, and then you get trapped inside, and on later runs you can find that card and like you can lock yourself basically. And I was just like, oh, that's fascinating. I think that's fascinating. Or at least that's just me anyways. So I was like, okay, color me curious, game. You got me. I'm interested. Did we get a weird number? No, okay, we didn't. Okay, we got, 5 rows. Okay, that's 5 rows. We know we have 5 rows of tomatoes. This is gonna be, oh god, however we set up this garden, it's gonna be so weird. But we might just break it down. Because we're gonna have a row of 3, and a break in the middle. We've got pumpkin, so we've got, and then we've got a row of 5 down here. We've got a 5x7, 4 7x7s, and a 6x7. This one, as far as I'm concerned, this one's good. If I were to put something on the other side, I would put carrots. I think carrots and potatoes go together naturally. In theory, I would love to just fill one up with wheat. But wheat and sugarcane also would go naturally together. And then you have tomatoes. And I know there's one other thing I'm forgetting. Sugar, flour, sugar, wheat, sugarcane. I guess there's nothing I'm forgetting. Oh, that requires a clump of weeds? Oh, weird. I swear there was something else I'm forgetting. I swear there were 6 vegetables added to the game. Potatoes, carrots, pumpkins, sugarcane, wheat, and one other. But I have no idea what the 6th one is. Huh, strange. How strange. But hey, we got a bunch of potatoes now. Actually, we're gonna water these potatoes. Of course, we still have all those pumpkin plants that I need to do something with at some point. I'll probably just destroy them, but, I should do that at some point. Because I think the amount of pumpkins we have right here is perfectly feasible. Like, that's fine. Because, again, we had too many to begin with, honestly. We were making a good 100k every 3 days, as long as we remember to water it. But that was still a whole thing. Alright, let's go, collective thingy. We actually should, on normal days, we should probably go to the collective first. Because we can get our fortune read from Katrina, and that'll tell us good or bad luck, which, hey, if we get good luck, that means we're going to rare islands. If we get bad luck, well, yeah, we're just gonna get normal islands. Yep, I'm all packed and I'm ready to go. Oh my god. I think I'm just always tired. Like, I feel like I yawn just constantly. Every day. All day. I know yawning is seen as like a sign of boredom, but I just do it constantly, whether I'm bored or not. Alright, let's go. What did he say about a jar of pizza? What? I missed that one. Hey, Harvey. Howdy. Well, if you had the skill that Katrina has, this wouldn't be a surprise, but Katrina here is going to be offering her impressive fortune-telling skills to our collective. I knew you would say that, but it is also the truth. For more of the truths that only I, Katrina, can see, come visit me anytime. Gosh, now that you mention it, maybe I should get a reading about the future of the collective. Oh, yes. I can see it now. The shaggy dog with round glasses walks slowly along the sand. He is so focused on his vision that he does not realize that poo from the yellow bird has landed on him. Oh, was that about me? Well, I'll keep that in mind. I just got nailed yesterday, dang it. Oh my god, Harvey. Oh, I love you. Well, anyhow, I guess that goes to show how we never know what kind of fortunes we'll get. That's why it's so nifty we got Katrina to help us plan for the future. I'm sure yours is bright. We'll find out the hard way. We'll mess around with fortune telling another day. We don't have anything to deal with any of you. I don't need any acorns. You know what? I just realized that Leaf Sign has pumpkins and tomatoes on it. So that makes me wonder if pumpkins and tomatoes are like... Again, I'm wondering if it's a seasonal thing, or if it's a thing that changes constantly, or like a weekly thing. At least now we know for certain that we can get other fruits. Or, like, that we can get other things on other islands. Like, because, you know, we found something other than tomatoes for once. Okay, I want... Animal Crossing paintings. Why? The basic painting. Okay. It's the... I know it's the blue boy, but I gotta... I mean, we'll buy it regardless, probably. Basic painting. It's fake. But so is the other one, so... But we know to rotate his paintings, we have to buy it. So, yeah, we'll buy it. Yep, hopefully you'll have something better tomorrow. Kix hasn't changed in a few days. Oh, and did we get all the Harriet paintings? Or maybe she only does it, at certain times. Oh, welcome. Take your time here, sugar. I guess let's take a seat, shall we? Or let's relax by the fire. And let's talk Extra Life, shall we? How does that feel to y'all? Extra Life sounds good to me. Oh, I accidentally closed. Ooh. Let's hope this doesn't. I accidentally closed out Twitch there for a second. Oops. Okay. Let's talk Extra Life. So Extra Life ran today. It ran for 12 hours. We already mentioned all this. But I actually want to talk about like the different things that happened throughout the day and okay, that's a dumb joke. So they ended up raising by the time I left off, by the end of the night, over $800,000. That's a lot. I mean, I know they've broken like $1 million before a few times, and I know that usually includes merch sales, and merch sales this year, I think it added like an extra 100K. So they definitely broke 900K. And that's great. That's fantastic, you know. They're doing it. I understand why, like, they were doing so well, and then, you know, COVID hit and they started to to do a little less. And yeah, I get it, because it's important to survive. Your own health and well-being is more important than donation. So I get it. But it's anything is good. And yeah, it's cool that we got some good stuff this year. We really did. I wanted to, let's see if I can find the poster real quick. Because yeah, so most years, or basically every year, I buy a poster. Because, I like the Extra Life posters. There's some cool ones. Oh my gosh, yeah. We'll talk about that. I'm just scrolling back through Twitter and seeing everything that happened. There was some crazy stuff, that's for sure. Okay, where is it? Where is this poster? But yeah, so every year they do a poster. My favorite was last year's. Last year's was so good. And for this year, they did... Where is it? Oh, here we go. So this was the poster this year. It was, can you believe this is real? Yeah, neither can us. So this is, like, they did like an I Spy thing. Like, there's some obvious things. Like, there's the Face Jam van, the pink porta potty from Fuckface, the Moonball wall, red versus blue, obviously, Ruby. I think the sun is supposed to be a moonball. And the crazy thing, I'm pretty sure that's the sun anyways. And the great thing is, this was all real. Like, because if you ever read one of those I Spy books, those were real things that the guy, like the person who makes those books, created like real dioramas and then took pictures of them. Those weren't like computer generated or anything. Those images were entirely real. And yeah, same thing with this. This is entirely real. Except for, I think, the clouds up here. Like this Extra Life cloud. Like, it could have been like a painted background. But from what I understand, this part's fake. And maybe these as well. Like that. Like, probably that. But other than that, nope. All the rest of this was like a real diorama. Like an I Spy painting. And I think that's pretty neat. I think that's a pretty neat idea for a poster this year. Of course I bought one. And yeah, it'll be great. I'll get another frame because I buy a frame. I just keep, instead of like using like different frames, I dropped something and I have no idea where it went. Oh, that's concerning. Whatever. But yeah, I buy a frame for the new one every year, and slowly I'll keep adding them up. I would say I'll run out of wall space before then. But correction, I already have run out of wall space. So let's talk about everything that happened. You kicked it off with Achievement Hunter doing Achievement Hunter. They did Wheel of Vengeance. They did some like spicy things. They broke eggs over their head, which they brought in BK and Kai, and yeah, BK getting an egg broken over her head was pretty good. That was a good start to the stream. The fan fiction this year, I talked about it last year. I do not like the fan fiction. I don't know, there's just something weird about Larry's fan fiction that I just don't like. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but like, I don't know, there's just something I always find, like, I know it's the internet, those already exist behind the scenes, but then like, I don't know, I just never liked the fan fiction, but this year they toned it down. Instead, they more made a joke about how because of COVID, they couldn't do the annual orgy. So, there were a few allusions to it, and of course Trevor still died at the end. But they toned down the fan fiction, and I like that. So that was good. I like that better. Also, they can't use the term. They would always, it's always Extra Life, and whenever they do anything, they say for the kids. Yeah, I guess some other charity copyrighted the term for the kids, so they can no longer use for the kids anymore. And that sucks. That fucking sucks. So instead they were doing Tears for Tots, I think was the joke this year. Then they did Lindsay versus Chef Mike round 2, and instead of, like, the first one was pretty fun. Then last year's, it was done COVID compliant and all that. And that one, there was one recipe that Chef Mike did where I was like, oh, that's really cool. He's fucking great. He's a lot, but he's a lot in a good way. As right. And they did Chef Mike versus Lindsay. And this year, instead of cooking something, they had to make like paintings and sculptures and whatnot. So Lindsay made like this weird like apple sculpture thing. Like it was like an apple painting, but let's see. Do I have it here actually? No, I guess I just have them setting up for the thing. Yeah, no. Jack got a hair. They got haircuts at one point, and Jack got some pretty bad haircuts. But yeah, they like this year they like made art instead, and the art was fine. Like it was nothing amazing, but it was fine. Yeah, and then of course this year, I think Lindsay won again this year, but as a joke they called it a tie. I don't know. It sounded like they said Lindsay won. But yeah, then afterwards they did crossword CrossFit, which was like, oh, they did CrossFit, but it was like a crossword puzzle, so they had to like do like CrossFit challenges and moves and whatnot, like burpees, and then they would get like a challenge, and then they would be able to guess the crossword thing, and someone didn't know Gandalf at one point. It was fine. You know, they always do like a jazzercise thing every year. So this was this year's like jazzercise thing, and it was fine. Then they did Pain Jenga. You know, when I saw Pain Jenga a few days ago, I was like, oh, are they doing like electric shocks like they did a few years ago? No, this was Caden's bit about like being like eating like spicy chips and whatnot, and like they would remove Jenga blocks and they would have like a challenge on them that they would have to do, which I actually I've seen where there were Jenga blocks that had questions on them. So like I've seen a thing where it was like Jenga blocks and it had like a question, like who was I can't think of a good example. There was a Shakespeare one I remember seeing. So yeah, it was kind of like that, but it had like challenges and it was fine. It was fine. The ending was so crazy because they just ended up like they knocked over the tower and then they just ended up like doing all the challenges and it just went to madness. But yeah, it was fun. Then Squad Team Force did Mario game. So yeah, they did like there were 2 Squid Game style events this year. At least that's what it reminded. The one is definitely Squid Game. But the other one was like Squad Team Force did like a Mario Party thing that kind of still reminds me of Squid Game. Just because of how they do it in real life. But they were definitely going more for Mario Party. And they did a Mario Party thing where they completed mini games to get stars. And they had shot callers on. And if you donated, I want to say it was just like $50, then they got a shock on the shot collar. And they got shocked so many times. They had to complete these challenges. There were ways to get them blindfolded and whatnot. That, if with the exception of the finale, which I knew was going to be my favorite going in, the Squad Team Force thing was probably my favorite. I thought them doing Mario Party was really fun. They did a good job at it. They for the most part they stuck to like recreating some of the mini games, and I think it all worked out really well. I really enjoyed the Mario Party thing. That's one I would love to see again. Then Funhouse did their thing. I have admitted before, I am not a big fan of Funhouse. They did like, what Funhouse did this year is they did like 1,000 things at once. So like at one point they were playing Smash Bros. Lana Pierce came in and she brought Elden Ring, so they looked at that for a little bit. Ryan Haley was playing chess against like someone on Skype or whatever. They had a dunking booth. Someone was building like a Gundam model or whatever. A lot of different things were going on all at once. It was chaos. Just straight up utter chaos. But it was fine. Again, and it's weird that I don't like Funhouse. Because, like, I think Charlotte's fucking hilarious. Armando was great in Last Laugh. So I'm like, I should. And Elise and James are also really funny. I should like Funhouse. But I guess I don't know. I just don't. I think I like them more in, like, heavily edited, like scripted stuff, like, you know, like a Last Laugh, or even though I know Last Laugh and Camp Betrayal aren't scripted, you know, they're big budget, they're heavily produced and whatnot. Whereas like a YouTube video, I mean, it has both of those things, but it's a lot more lenient on them. I don't know. I guess that's just my thing with Funhouse. They're just not really for me, but it was fine. Then afterwards, like, Funhouse went on for like, oh, I think over for like what, like over 2 hours, because they did a lot, and a lot of it they did simultaneously. And then they did Squid Game. So of course they created some of they had a bunch of different people, and like they did the obvious red light, green light. They did the thing about throwing the marbles. Did they do another one? Okay, they originally started off with like, I want to say maybe 30 people, but it's probably less than that. They narrowed it down to 16. Then they cut it down to 8 with the marble thing. And admittedly, I think for doing the first game, like the red light, green light, I was like, yeah, this is kind of funny. But I felt like as it went on, the Squid Game thing kind of got like worse and worse. Like it started falling apart. Which, you know, it's Extra Life. Things are going to happen. You're going to have hiccups. Something like the final game of them, like, basically doing, like, pogs, but with, like, origami. And they just wouldn't flip over. Yeah, no, it's just, I still enjoyed it. Of course I did. But, yeah, I felt like it started stronger and then it just kind of fell apart. But, yeah, you know, there's always going to be problems. They're always going to run into complications. Where, you know, you can like the Squad Team Force thing, when they did the flipping the meat in the pan, they tested it and it worked fine, and then when it actually came to doing it today, the meat just wasn't flipping, or well, they were using cubes and paint. But yeah, no, the Squid Game stuff, I mean, Chef Mike was what came in like second place. It was fine. It was fine because I know they did origami. I feel like between throwing the marbles and origami, they did something, but I don't remember what it was. But yeah, it was fine, and that led into Werewolves. Werewolves is a segment I loved. I don't think they can top Xavier Woods coming in, what was that, 2 years ago, and slapping them. That was so fucking good and so fucking funny. One of my favorite all-time Extra Life bits. But Werewolves this year was a lot more, yeah, it was more traditional Werewolves. You got the pommel horse, you got the moonball wall, you got the spicy chips. They only had like a single one chip challenge, so instead they were doing like like the Pacquiao, like ghost pepper chips instead, which I haven't had, but I did the one chip challenge at one point. You can find that video online somewheres. But yeah, they did Werewolves, and Werewolves is always fun. I really like Werewolves, like personally in real life. I really like Werewolves. It's a good game. This year, Werewolves went pretty well, like always. So yeah, I enjoyed Werewolves, but I missed the end of it. I didn't see how it ended, so I have no idea. I saw the first game, I saw most of the second game, but I missed how it ended, and I missed the start of Team Nice Dynamite. I did see at the start of Team Nice Dynamite, however, that they just let's see if I can find this. They just fill, because you know Team Nice Dynamite is like the event that fills the board with like donations. I know Too Spooky also does that, or something like that. I don't know. I've seen Too Spooky like a few times, and I don't really remember it all that much, admittedly. But yeah, I always think of like the big thing is the Team Nice Dynamite stuff. Here it is, Adam Baird. Just look at that. All the elite donations. And by the end of Team Nice Dynamite's section, like this was early on into the start of their segment. By the end, that they would gain over 200,000. So that 5 would go to a 7 by the end of it. So that was huge. During the actual, of course, it's always like, oh god, what have we gotten ourselves into? I think they had over 120 elite donations by the end of the night. So it was like a, oh shit sort of thing. Yeah, because this year, so normally, like, they've been hit with paintballs in the past for every elite donation. They've been hit with moonballs. This year they had a professional player, the goalie from Austin FC, come in and kick soccer balls at them. And then like at one point he went out to practice and he broke the wall. He kicked so hard that it literally broke the wall. So it's like, oh, they're gonna die. This isn't gonna end well. They're gonna die. So yeah, that was some good build up to that. They did some sumo wrestling on the hover, like the hoverboards, the things with the two wheels. I don't know. I always called them monorovers. They're also kind of like segways, but I know hoverboard, unicycle, or monorover, and segway are all just brands. I don't think these things actually have names, but they did some sumo wrestling on that, and that was fun enough. It goes how it goes. They did a lot of like one chips and shot collars. Fucking Kai on the shot collar was hilarious. Like there was a point early on where Kai did a spicy nut, and like it almost killed her, and her doing the shot collar was just as funny. Like, oh my gosh, that was great. Oh god, oh god, the bit where Sarah runs over Michael dressed as Gabu, and Michael's just like, "Fucking do it, just run me over," because she like keeps like backing off. Fucking had me in tears. It like I like they did it in Off Topic a few weeks ago, but I don't know, just doing it live, it had me in tears. And then they went out and they did the sock, like they did the paintball wall and whatnot, and yeah, that went about as well as you'd expect. And it was fun. It was like seeing them get hit with the soccer balls and then some moon balls and whatnot. That was really fun. Extra Life this year was, and then like I said, they almost did 1,000,000. They did 90K or 900K so far. And I think that they still have merch. Merch is still, if you want to buy anything, I know donations go through the rest of the year, and merch is on sale until Monday morning. Again, I bought myself a poster. So yeah, Extra Life this year, pretty success. I enjoyed it. I think it was a pretty strong Extra Life. I don't know, when it comes to like coping with like COVID and whatnot, I think they've done a great job at like, yeah, no, we know how to we know how to deal with this. We're gonna have some people in the studio, but we're not gonna like blow anything out of the water. They've been able to do some fun and interesting events, and yeah, it's been a good time. I don't know if I'd say this is like my favorite Extra Life or anything, but I enjoyed it. I'm always happy to come down, support. When they did a chat, so they do a thing where they did it last year, but they did it again this year to match Chad's daughters. Like she donates $20, and they ask as many people as possible to donate $20 as well, and it raised over like 70K, $70,000. And it broke the web. Like it broke. I remember it broke the website last year, and I'm pretty sure it broke the website this year. And that's one of those things that's like, yep, this is how you start a tradition. And so I thought that was great. That was a great moment. It was last year, and it was again this year. I will say I think last year's was a little stronger just because that was the first time that happened, but I can see that becoming a tradition again. But Extra Life is always going to change. They're always going to do new things. They're always going to try to push the envelope or whatever. Like I know they're no longer doing Too Spooky because it was popular, but you have to do other things. I personally like the Bob Ross thing that they used to do, where they would follow along with a Bob Ross video. And I don't think we've gotten that the past 2 years, so that would be cool to see again. But that's just me. But since we're talking Extra Life, and I'm talking about all these crazy things they did for charity, let's take a seat, shall we? Oh, come on. There we go. Oops. Let's take a seat, shall we? And let's transition. Here we are in the real world. So, they do this, as you know, I'm a supporter of all this stuff. And I've done stupid stuff in the past. I've done the one chip challenge. I lost a bet to do that one, but I did it. And this year, you know, I'm gonna ruin my night. I mean, it's already over. I'm going to bed. But I'm gonna do something stupid. This 100% cocoa chocolate. So I listened to the Fuckface podcast, and in a recent thing of the Fuckface podcast, Gavin, and I don't have a bleep, so I can't bleep it. Gavin bought this 100% cocoa, terrible. And then Andrew bought it, and he tried to eat this whole thing in like, I want to say it was like 3 minutes, or maybe it was 5 minutes or something like that. And they actually ate some of this. I think they did it during the Achievement Hunter segment. They also ate it during some of the other segments. I don't remember all the details. I think for the Pokemon cards yesterday, but when I went to get the COVID vaccine yesterday, I just did it at Walmart, the booster shot, and afterwards I went like looking around like because there were a few things I wanted to buy, and I saw this, and I was like, I should buy this, and I think it was like $2.50 or whatever. It was not okay. It was $3 I think, rounded up. So yeah, it was nothing, and I was like, yeah, no, I'll buy that, and we'll try some of this terrible chocolate. Supposedly, so going into this, I do not like dark chocolate. I don't like dark chocolate. I really don't. I know, well, it's like, oh, if you like milk chocolate, that just means you like sugar and whatnot. And I'm like, yeah, sugar is good. Come on, I mean, the things humanity has done for sugar, well, man, like, yeah. But this is 100% cocoa, and I'm just going to eat one of these, and it's going to be fucking terrible, and I'm going to hate it. But, you know, tears for tots. Oh. At first it tasted like nothing, but now... Like, it feels like it should be sucking all the moisture out of my mouth, but it's not. Oh. It doesn't taste like dirt, but it just... Oh, God. Oh. That's not good. I mean, I already don't like dark chocolate, but like, oh my gosh. Ugh. And I have no incentive to do this. I'm just doing it because, you know, why not? Content. Oh my gosh. Honestly, that was much easier than doing like the one chip challenge. Like, it's bad, but no, that's definitely not as bad as like the one chip challenge. Not even close. And I never even did like I know the cinnamon challenge was a thing. Never even did it. Nope. Didn't even bother. Ugh. Let's do another. Yeah, for the first few seconds, it just tastes like nothing. And if it tasted like nothing, I'd be like, ah, that's fine. I don't think it's like it's not sour. It's not, well, it's obviously not sweet. Is bitter the right word? Oh, gosh. Yeah, that's just... Ugh. I'm gonna have to get some other people to try this. Definitely. But yeah, 100% cocoa chocolate. Unsweetened. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Oh, and also, this showed up in the mail. Another pack of Animal Crossing Series 5 cards. Friday. My plan is at the moment to open these up on Fridays. Probably not. Definitely this upcoming Friday. Probably, but I think the Friday after that is Thanksgiving, so definitely not that. But yeah, that's the plan for the future. So we'll open this up, and I'm still looking out for more packs. I will probably, you know me, I'm good at what I do. I'll probably be able to find more, but I don't want to spend too much money. So I'll probably get like maybe 2 or 3 more after this one, and then I'll call it. Also ate all these almonds. I've been snacking on those almonds all day. They're habanero barbecue. I have a much spicier version of these. Those are hot. Those, like, they're not like ghost pepper hot nuts, but they're hot nuts, and I do not like them. One of my roommates bought them. I tried them because I figured they would be like this, because these are actually, I just had these on a whim, and they're so good. And I figured my roommate, and like I saw my roommate buy like super spicy ones, and I was like, huh, terrible. Do not like spicy food. And yeah, that takes us back to Animal Crossing in our little studio. God, I love that we can do this now. This little handheld mount camera thing. That's so awesome. But yeah, so we've definitely got things for the future. And yeah, this is where we're gonna end off for the night. Tomorrow, if I wake up early enough, we'll do turnips. If not, Happy Home Paradise. And you know what happens when it happens. I've got work to do for Colleague, of course. Colleague, I don't know. I've got a busy week this week. Not as busy as last week, but a busy enough week this week. And then a week off because of Thanksgiving. A week-ish off. It's a little bit complicated from my understanding. But I have some time off. And when we will be talking about Animal Crossing when we get there. Like, what happens during that time off? Will I actually be... Because in the first episode, I gave myself an opening not to like, take... Oh, wait, let's check our phone real quick. In the first episode, I gave myself an opening to take whatever time off I needed. So, like, if we miss, like, Thanksgiving, for example, that's already been built into the system. We can miss Thanksgiving, no problem. Oh, we have another thing. Oh. We got Sail for Adventure. Okay. I bet is the max going to be 100 or 300? I bet it's going to be... Because I bet 20, then it's going to go to 50, and then probably 100. If I had to guess. But yeah, now we're going to end off. But yeah, we have a lot of Animal... I may miss some days... But we've got a lot of Animal Crossing ahead of us. And if we miss some days, that's fine. Last year we didn't. This last season, yeah. I already proved I can do it. I don't need to do it again. But can you do... You did it once. Can you do it twice? We'll do it twice the next Animal Crossing game in 10 years. On the Nintendo Switch 2 Wii U Electric Boogaloo. God, the serving size for this chocolate's a single... They probably talked about this in the Fuckface episode, and I completely forgot. Go watch the Fuckface podcast. They did a supplementary episode on the Cosmic Crisp Apple, and from what I understand, they're selling them nationwide, but they're not actually, like, selling them in stores. But God, I want apple. I was gonna buy apples yesterday when I got the vaccine as well, and I was just like, maybe another time. God, I should have just bought those fucking apples. Ugh. Instead I bought this stupid chocolate and some other shit. Some of the other shit I actually did need. But yeah, instead I just bought the stupid fucking chocolate instead of apples. I guess this goes with my oh god, what my stupid potato chips that I've never finished because they're fucking terrible. But yeah, that was extra. It was a long day, a long extra life. But yeah, I had a good time, and Tears for Tots. And we'll do it all again next year. At some point, I actually gotta see if, like, there is a local team here. And see if I can get involved with them. I gotta actually do that at some point. Eventually. Because, you know me, I'm willing to do the stupid shit for charity. The stupid punishments that people love. You know, one day. One day. But for now, you know, help where you can. And with that... Whatever. With that, I hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Until next time, peace.